2015. Back in 1993, I was in the UK in a one-bedroom place in a bit of a comfort zone. You know, car was paid for, furniture, clothes, usual fucking worthless shit. I got a phone call from an ex-business partner. Oh, it wasn't a business partner back then, someone I used to work for. Said, need your help? Blah, 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 blah. 10k a week, commission only, yada, yada, which I thought was bullshit. I had to move to Canada to do it. So I called his bluff. I said, okay, if you need me that much, throw some money in my bank. When do you need me? Now. Well, I'm fucking here now. I can't be somewhere else. He said, no, now. The long distance market has just opened up. Okay, I had no clue whatsoever what that meant. Long distance. For all I know, it might have been about fucking flights or driving. I don't know. So he sent some money into my account. Called his bluff. He took it. Shit, okay. When do you need me? Now. I can't be there now. How quick can you be here? No, 2 or 3 weeks. Too long. I thought it was a booming industry. Well, it is. But you need to be in before everyone else and get started. Long story short, I dumped everything out of my life. And 2 days later I was in Canada. First week I made $20. Why? Because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Didn't bother me. Turned out long distance was the long distance phone market. Cheap rate phone calls. Just been deregulated. Meant the monopoly had been broken. Brand new market. Timing was everything. When I got there was a couple of guys that I met. Two from Montreal. One from Toronto. And you know, this 10k a week thing, and I was supposed to work with a partner. Partner never showed up, so to do it on my own. 10k a week thing, back then money was the objective. Now money is the byproduct. Do the right thing, the money should take care of itself. So they both told me they were doing about 2,000 accounts a week, and I said, okay, give me 8 weeks, I'll beat you guys. And I elected to put myself in somewhere where I wouldn't be distracted while I was building this business. So I put myself in a small town called Hamilton, Ontario. These guys were running, Hamilton at the time was about 300,000 people. Toronto was about 3 million, Montreal was about 3 million. So I was working with 10% of the population. From zero, didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. I'm just hovering around because the sun's in this bit, so anyway. Didn't have a clue what I was doing, knew nothing about it. Went out, got trained by the best guy that they had to learn the basics, then watched another guy to learn something else, and watched another guy, and within a week, I was open for business. In an old garage up a mountain in Hamilton, Ontario. Had to learn a recruiting process, had to hire an assistant to help me with the day-to-day stuff. The first one was, you know, came with impeccable backgrounds, a PA to CEOs and all the rest of it. Useless, no fit at all. So I hired a lady who basically had worked as a waitress. And Trish worked with me for years. Did everything. On the 7th week, I managed to get us thrown out of this garage after a row with the landlords. The row was, we were so busy, nobody else could get the car in the parking lot. And they said, well, the last guy wasn't like this. And I told them that's why the last guy's not here, because he was fucking useless. Which managed to get me thrown out. So in the 7th week, I had to find some real estate, move an entire office, keep the business going, keep the momentum going. Basically do everything to the point of painting walls, doing training meetings, still recruiting, doing everything. So that was the end of the 7th week. The 8th week, more of the same. Putting up drywall. Yeah, we had a contractor, but he didn't have enough staff. I had to find this contractor. It was just a word of mouth thing. I had no clue who he was. So I ended up having to help him. That 8th week, every fucking hurdle on earth jumped in my way. We ran out of paperwork, we ran out of contracts. I had to do a 2.5 hour, no it wasn't 2.5, maybe 2 hour trip to Toronto because they said they had no contract, so we couldn't write any business. Deep down, I suspect someone was trying to slow us down. I showed up at a corporate office. I got into a punch-up over contracts. I had to throw a box or two out of a back window, jump out the window, load them in the trunk of my car and nail it out of there before anyone saw me. Drive back to Toronto, get the guys going, drive all around southern Ontario dropping off blank contracts. Cambridge, Kitchener, Guelph, St. Catharines, all over the place. Didn't matter. Every fucking hurdle on earth was on top of me. However, I had told these guys I will beat you on the 8th week. And on the 8th week, I fucking beat them. Not just me, we, the team that we had, beat everyone in the company. From then on, and there was thousands of people in this company, there was always a top 10, a weekly individual top 10. We never, ever had less than 50% of that top 10 out of our tiny little office, which was actually ended up being a banquet hall, like a catering place. That would do in the worst part of Hamilton, Ontario. So my point here is, you may think you've got fucking hurdles. I was living out of a hotel. That last week I worked 138 hours. The hours I didn't work, I slept on my office floor. I don't think I got changed for 4 days. I certainly didn't have a shower. It didn't fucking matter. We had a target, we had something to do. And once we broke through, and once we'd done that, once we got the credibility, then all of a sudden, we became the people to follow. We became the people to learn from. We became fucking Sparta. And you know, in reality, that business was great. What we didn't realize in business is when someone says, we were a subcontractor, when someone says, we can handle as much business as you can throw at us, they never quite know how much business we can throw at them. So when they ask to slow down, it becomes a minor inconvenience. Anyway, doesn't matter what life throws at you, if you're focused on what you're doing and not on the fucking hurdles, you'll just go right through those hurdles. Guys, from a sunny Brooklyn morning, have a fantastic day.